My name is Jasmine. I'm from Maryland originally. I live in Austin now and I work for UT. My story started back in 2013. I was playing ultimate frisbee with the UT club team actually, and I jumped and landed wrong. I rolled my knee and I did a number of injuries. I dislocated my knee, tore my PCL, LCL, everything in the posterior lateral corner, thinned my femoral artery, and broke my tibial plateau. Over the next 6 months, I ended up having to have 4 surgeries, spent a lot of time on crutches, and had to do water physical therapy. That happened in March, and I was able to walk again in October. So it was a very long year, and I ended all of those surgeries with 1 screw in my knee and being told that I would never be able to play frisbee again, that I would have to retrain my body on doing all kinds of things that I love to do, like running and just playing any impact sports. My doctor recommended I swim or bike or other things that have no impact on the knee because he just told me it would never be the same. Fast forward to this past April, I was at a retreat with Bethel Austin, and one night they started sharing testimonies of having metal removed from bodies. And that night, I'd heard those stories before, but that night in particular, it felt like that night was for me. That in that moment, I was like, oh, I want that. This is my moment. And so they asked if anyone had metal in their body, and I raised my hand, and I was like, I do. I have for a long time. And so they started to pray for me, and they prayed just a quick prayer. It wasn't anything intricate or long or drawn out, but they said a quick prayer, and then they asked if we could check it. And so I sat down on the floor, and I poked around in my knee, and I was like, okay, this is where the screw used to be. And I froze, because it used to be a circle that I could rub around and feel, and it would crackle and pop when I messed with it. But in this moment, it was just a line. And so they were like, okay, pray again. So they prayed again, and they check it one more time. And I reached down to feel it, and there was just a dent in my knee where that screw used to be. And over the course of that evening, I realized a lot of things were different. I was able to squat. My knee didn't hurt. I just had constant pain since 2013. It never really went away. I had 12 scars, and one of the scars on my knee actually is faded. It's very hard to see now, and I know where to look for it. And over the course of the next couple of weeks, there were even more things that I was noticing were healed. I used to have arthritis in that knee. I could tell you 2 days before any rainstorm because I would wake up in pain. And one morning I woke up and it was raining. And I was shocked because I was like, I didn't feel that. I didn't know that was coming. And so my arthritis was gone. I realized I could walk and I didn't have pain. And then one of my friends wanted to start a mission, wanted to do outreach at Zilker Park, playing ultimate frisbee and then going into a time of worship and prayer for people in the park. And it was my first chance to play frisbee since my screw was healed. And so I was like, okay, yes, let's go. And I went and I played frisbee, and I was like, this is the real moment. This is the moment where I find out if I'm completely healed. Because up to that point, every time I'd played frisbee, I would wake up in pain. I would have to stop early. I would limp for days because my knee just couldn't handle the impact. And this time I went and I played frisbee, and I played until we ran out of time. I walked home with no pain, no limp. I woke up the next morning, and my leg that I didn't injure was more sore than the leg that I did. And that was the moment I realized, beyond the screw being gone, beyond everything else that's happened, I'm healed. Not just the screw being gone, but everything that came with that surgery and that injury is no longer part of my life, and I can be free and do all the things I want. So for me, the screw being gone and my knee being healed in a way that I never imagined I would be able to see it healed just means it showed me the love of the Father. It was in a way that I didn't expect, didn't anticipate, didn't even have on my radar. And He still met a need, and He still brought peace and freedom into my life. And what I want people to know about this is that injury was 6 years ago. I had accepted it as part of my life, as part of a penance to be paid for past sins, or just that this is going to be the thorn in my side for all eternity. And in a moment I wasn't thinking about me. In a moment I wasn't even worried about it. I had just been like, okay, this is my life. God came and changed it. So even when you think that this is just what you have to deal with, this is just what you have to live with forever and it will never change, always keep hope that God sees you and He knows your needs and that He's there and He will make changes and He will bless you in ways you can never imagine.